Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to The Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Hello, everyone. Yes, it's the Kim Jacobs Show, and we are here with some wonderful guests. It's Trailblazers, not just Trailblazers, but women Trailblazers who lead. And that's who you have with us here today. Some dynamic women that are phenomenal leaders right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So what we want to do to kick today's episode off is give everyone a chance to go ahead and get into your virtual seats. How are you all, ladies? Let me just wave at you guys. I know everybody's muted and everything, but I am so glad to have each of you on today and can't wait to hear more about your story and your journey. Now, if you would, everyone, take about 30 seconds, invite about 10 people into the virtual studio audience. When you come in, everyone, housekeeping announcement, let us know where you're visiting in from, and we'll pop any comments or questions that you have up on the actual screen. I'll also go ahead and just put this link here in case you want to pop into today's broadcast. You'll be able to use this link to do so. So let's all take 30 seconds. And then when we come back, we're going to start meeting these women Trailblazers who lead. Is that fair? All right, let's get 30 seconds. Watch and see how quick 30 seconds go. Literally, watch. Okay. So everyone tag 10 people now. Let's see how many people you can get tagged in this 30-second period. Okay, so I think I got like 2 people tagged. I actually tagged I tagged a news station. I was like, no. I was trying to put Dr. Nefertina anyway. So I am so glad to be here with you all today. You can only be yourself in life, right? So I'm happy who God created me to be, and I'm honored to have the ladies that are here and who God created them to be as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. And let me introduce our first. Now, you're gonna hear from them multiple times, but I would love the opportunity for us to start with Dr. Karen Hills Pruden. Dr. Karen Hills Pruden is a living example that a dream deferred is not a dream denied. Let me pull you up before I introduce you so people will know exactly who I'm talking about here. And even though everyone's on the screen, I'm going to highlight you for a second. And we see all of that God-given sunlight just showing your beauty and your glow. And it's a beautiful thing. Anybody that's got sunlight glowing in on them, you want that. And you take that any day than not having the sun beaming on you. So I think it's a ray of sunlight over there. All right, so listen. Dr. Karen Hills Pruden is a living example that a dream deferred is not a dream denied. Dr. Pruden transformed her life from a teenage bride to a well-known global powerhouse. She has motivated thousands of females. And I mean, she's a part of a lot of projects, anthologies, speaking conferences, you name it. That's just my add-on to her bio. But professionals to elevate their competencies and pursue career goals that they once thought were dead or impossible. Her blueprint is simple. And I'm actually going to let her say what her blueprint is instead of me saying it in her bio. Dr. Pruden has decades of experience in leadership, influencing others through global speaking, coaching, workshops, and authoring best-selling books. She's a multipreneur, and Dr. Pruden works as a chief human resource officer for Norfolk State. Yes, in that Tidewater area. I'm from Newport News, Virginia, 757. Okay. Norfolk State University, an 86-year old HBCU. She is also the CEO of Pruden Global Business Solutions Consulting and the CEO founder of the Sister Leaders Conference. As if any of those roles were not a full-time job, which they all are, Dr. Pruden also rose in the ranks of the NAACP to become the president of the Virginia Beach branch for the largest city in the Commonwealth of Virginia. I am going to introduce you now, Dr. Karen Hills Pruden, and give you a chance to talk more about your philosophy and your blueprint now. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Kim. This is so exciting to be among powerhouse women. Everyone knows I have a love for women who collaborate, and I'm actually kind of allergic to women who compete.
Well, then we would get along very well because I love celebrating women. Love.
Yeah, and my mantra is simply no excuses, make it happen. We're going to always have curveballs in life. We're going to sometimes want to go left. And then everything pulls us right, but it's just find another way. I just walk through this earth trying to bring forth other women through the vehicles and the resources that I have. And I wear a lot of hats, as you heard in my bio, but it's with one goal in mind. The one goal is to pull up the next woman. You know, my sister leaders community is simply a community of like-minded, multi-generational, global, diverse women who all believe in pulling up the next woman. We believe in creating a legacy of competent, qualified women. And that's the thing, not just having us in the room, but retaining us in the room is the thing. And so that's what I do.
That's really, really good. And you know what? I get that vibe from you that you want everyone to win. So it's not just like you shine at my expense or I shine at your expense, but we all get a chance to use our God-given gifts and talents. Dr. Karen Hills Pruden, her website is Dr. Karen Hills Pruden, Pruden, for those that are podcast audio listeners. And make sure you go to Dr. DrKaren HillsPruden.com. We also air on iHeartRadio and iTunes and so forth. So I have to spell it out. But it's the sisterleadersconference.com is also where you can learn a lot of information about a big conference that's coming up on October 29th. That this is the visionary behind this conference. Tell us about the Sister Leaders Conference as well.
Yeah, Sister Leaders, as you say, is October 29th and 30th is where we celebrate our women leaders. We celebrate those who want to be leaders, the current leaders. We share information. We have speakers. We have awards, Sister Leader Awards in 15 separate categories in different industries where their peers have nominated women that they consider to be the best of the best in their industry. We have speakers who are talking about not only our technical skills, leading people, leading change, using analytics and technology, but we have one body and one mind. So we're also concerned about your mental and emotional health as well as your physical health. And so we're going to do all things woman on October 29th and 30th virtually.
That's really good. And approximately how many speakers do you have total?
Probably about 35 to 40 speakers.
Wow. And I'm telling you, we had a few of those speakers. Let me put it in a different view. We had a few of those speakers that came on earlier in the week. I'm telling you, the things that they were sharing already got everybody. It was like a major teaser because people cannot wait to have their butts in the seats, as Karen Cherry often says. She's the butts in the seats queen. So you know she's working diligently to get these seats filled. But I really don't think it's that much of a push to have happen because when people hear these speakers, you want to make a mad dash to go ahead and register for this conference. sisterleadersconference.com. Get your ticket now. And what's the charge?
Free. I think everybody can afford that.
And you know how people say some things are too good to be true? Well, no, this is true. And it is really going to be too good. Okay. So you want everything that glitters may not be gold, but in this case is gold, platinum, and everything else. So you want to be in your seat. sisterleadersconference.com. Thank you so much, Dr. Pruden, for sharing that information with us and sharing some of your story. What tip would you give people about when it comes to making excuses, because we all have excuses that we can just throw out there at any given moment. Could have, would have, should have, this should have happened, this could happen, it didn't happen, whatever. What advice would you give people to get past the excuse making?
Well, just is how you view the word no. No is simply not now, not this way. Figure out another way. When I'm working with my coaching clients, it was like, okay, this didn't work. Let's move on. And it's not a plan B. It's the ability to pivot, because I don't look at it as a plan B, because you got to be all in for your plan A. So there's no plan B, but no means not now, not this way. Figure out another way to make it happen.
I love that advice. Not now. Figure out another way to make it happen, and understanding that no. I'm thoroughly impressed today. Listen, we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time, with these women that are trailblazers who are leading. You'll see scrolling throughout the bottom of the broadcast ways that you can support the Kim Jacobs Show. People often want to know, how do we get a chance to have our programming on the air Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time? The only way that can happen, and this original programming can come to you, just like PBS and other platforms that are out there, is if we have support from the community. So I encourage you to pour in to the Kim Jacobs Show. If you're enjoying the programming, pour into it. And you can support through various ways. You can become a Patreon member. You can also use Cash App, Venmo. You can call me. I'll meet you down the street, whatever. It's like, oh, I can meet you over there at 7-Eleven, whatever, to be able to keep this programming coming to you every weekday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So listen, right after this commercial break, we are going to be hearing from another one of our dynamic leaders here and learn more about Felice. Gillum. Is that correct? I haven't got my glasses on. Let me see. Is it Gillum, right? I need to put the glasses. Felice will be talking to us right after this. And is somebody else backstage? Let me see. Who else is backstage? Oh, Dr. Connie Green. Look, let me pull her in for a second. Dr. Connie Green, are you intending to be on right now? I see you backstage, so I wanted to pull you on. I put the link, and some people do pop on and ask their questions or comments. Did you want to say anything? All right. So show your camera, and I'll pull you back on if you do have a comment. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a commercial break. And then when we come back, we'll go to some of our studio audience comments, as well as we'll hear from Felice. Is that fair? All right, everybody. And people do have questions and comments already, so we want to go ahead and get things going with that too. Let's see. Today's episode is sponsored by the Snow Legal Group. Their phone number is 704-358-0026. Their email is info@snowlegal.com. Attorney Kenneth D. Snow said that when he was younger growing up, he really didn't know when he wanted to become an attorney, but he always knew that he wanted to be a voice for those that were voiceless. And so he and his team have had some significant victories recently. And if you want to learn more about them, please let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you his way. And they have a dynamic team and great projects and cases that they've worked on and have been tremendously successful. So let's learn more about the Snow Legal Group now.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone. And we are back, and we're getting ready to hear from the lovely, dynamic Felice Kelly Gillum. And let's find out more about Felice right now. So Felice is a motivational speaker, an author, entrepreneur, and the executive director of USO Gulf Coast, a nonprofit military support organization with over 250 operations worldwide. But since 1941, the USO, this is really good. I'm going to let you talk about the USO more yourself instead of me talking about it. But with over 20 years in the nonprofit industry, she has been instrumental in establishing USO programs and services for military installations, service members, and their families throughout the Gulf South region. This is awesome. Okay, so her greatest passion derives from assisting individuals with embracing their spiritual gifts and empowering them to walk in their purpose. She believes that God gives us all a divine inner light to shine in times of darkness. My God. Oh, girl, you're already preaching to me in your bio too here. Okay, these some great bios. She utilizes her spiritual gifts of prophecy. And I am open to receiving the word of God from people of God. So you can prophesy to me any day, Felice, I promise you. Wisdom, discernment, to be a vessel of support for individuals in their journey towards living in their truth and finding their authentic self. Welcome, Felice Gillum. Come on, Felice, talk to us.
Thank you. It's so good to be here. Thank you for having me on again, Kim.
I am so glad to have you, and you're just a beautiful person. And talk to us about this USO, the USO projects that are worldwide.
Yes. So, as you know, I am the executive director for USO Gulf Coast. We're in the southeast region of the USO, which, as you pointed out in my bio, we operate over 250 USO operations worldwide. So we're not only here stateside in this country, but also all over the world. The USO is there to be able to be a vessel for our nation's military and their families while they're serving our country. We want to make sure that we serve as a way to keep them connected to home and to country while they're in the midst of service.
That is incredible. And now, how do you go about identifying where all of the people are to be able to properly then connect them to these resources?
So, in most of our states, we have some form of military installations, even if it's just, your National Guard units.
Okay.
There's military in every state.
Right.
So it's the job of the USO to find out where our service members are, where their families are, so that we can be a part of keeping them connected. That's what we do. We know where every base is in the country, and there's a USO assigned to that particular base so that they know where they need to contact to be able to get services. And then we also go out and solicit our military to see what their needs are and do assessments so that we can best serve them the way that meets their needs.
Now, how did you become interested in this area of expertise?
So it's very interesting. I did have family to serve, but I never served in the military myself. My father is
wondering. Okay.
No, I never have served. And I'll be honest and say that, I'm just not that brave. I'm honestly not. But I've always had a very divine appreciation for our nation's military and what they do. My father is a veteran, and I have members of my family that have served. So it's always been important to me. But I was at a point in my life about 15 years ago where I was kind of in a crossroads with my career path. I've been in the nonprofit industry, as my bio says, for over 20 years. And it's always something that's been very passionate to me. Mm-hmm. I never knew when I graduated from college. I can remember in my very first professional interview, I was like, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. But I do know that I have to be in the business of helping people and enriching lives. Okay. And so that was always something that was important to me. Well, when I got to the kind of the crossroads and I was in a job that I wasn't really happy, I didn't feel like it was maximizing my potential. I did as most people do when they're not happy where they are in their lives. I asked God for release. And I said, Father, release me from this assignment. I think I've learned what I want to learn, but I need to go somewhere where I feel like I will benefit the most. And he led me to the USO. And that's a very long and complicated story. But I will say, I knew from the minute that I pulled in for the interview that was what God had for me. And here we are 15 years later, and I'm still here. I'm still serving. I have a wonderful, amazing staff of people that I work with, staff and volunteers, that we would not be able to do all of the things that we do and serve all the military that we serve without the wonderful support staff that we have.
Wow, this is just incredible. Felice Kelly Gillum. So what are you? You are a light. I see you say be the light. Be the light at Felice Kelly GILLUM.com. Be the light at Felice Kelly GILLUM.com is where you can email her. Her Instagram is also simply_Felice.
Yes, simply
Facebook?
_Felice.
Yeah, go ahead. You say your own social handle.
So Instagram is simply_Felice, but you can also find me on all the social media platforms just by plugging in my name. Felice Kelly Gillum will lead you to me, whether that be on Facebook, which is where I frequent the most, probably Facebook and Instagram, also on Clubhouse and all social media handles, LinkedIn. You can find me by my name, Felice Kelly Gillum. I would love to connect. Also, don't hesitate to shoot me an email with any collaboration opportunities. Be the light at FeliceKellyGillum.com.
This is really good. I'm tagging a lot of the professional young ladies that I do know that I think would really enjoy connecting with some of you all. And they are in different facets of leadership and corporate. And so I think I'm like hoping that some of these people will also pop on here because it's some great information. And even if you're coming back to watch the replay, make sure you do that, everyone. I know I have you front and center there, Felice. It's on purpose. The reason I still kept you front and center is because I really would like to hear from you with everything that's happening here in the world right now. And with you having the gift of prophecy, and it's not to put you on the spot, like just, but just what words of encouragement would you share with the world right now from a prophetic perspective?
We are in very challenging times. That is for sure. But one thing that I always say, and like what has become my life theme is to be the light. And no matter what's going on in the world, everything that we see around us, there's always light in the midst of darkness. We just have to find it. We might have to reach within ourselves. We have to look within our God. I know who he is to me, and I appreciate who he is to anyone else, whether that be Jesus Christ or whoever it is that you decide to serve. We've got to be able to reach into that to pull whatever light that we need to be able to shine just to make it another day. Because if we don't concentrate on that positive energy, all of the negative energy that is going on in the world will start to consume us. So it's really, really important just to stay around positive people, try to stay away from negative toxicity right now, and just concentrate on building your internal light to be the best that you can be, and so that you can be a reflection so that someone else can see God in you.
My God, I love it. That's just so necessary. You know what? I know that's God's prophecy from you, because it's literally like almost verbatim, line for line, some things that he had put in my spirit as well. And nobody that I've ever had come on the show said it almost identical, like down to the exactness of what you're saying.
He does that. He aligns us. He aligns us with people that he might put one thing on you and put almost like you said, the identical thing on me. But it's part of
keep talking, because then if you do, then what's going to happen is it's going to I'm going to have to quote you, but really I'm quoting Jesus because it's like, no, this is God. Like, this is what God would have us to do.
That's right.
If Kim, if it's taking you a whole year to get the words out that I told you, then I'm going to bring Felice on and let her go ahead and share, because I need the world to hear this. So go ahead, please. I'm the disobedient one. Go ahead, you please carry on.
Well, that's exactly what he does. And he operates in circles to be able to help us to be able to reach the masses. So, he says, okay, well, I know that Felice and Kim Jacobs are aligned, so I'm going to give them some of the same messaging. That's how he operates. And he can be able to reach as many people as possible just by using us as a vessel. So that's no surprise to me that he kind of put some of those same things in your spirit, because he know that you and I are connected here on earth.
Well, that's good that you're saying that. And it goes back to what you said, Dr. Pruden, which is Stop making excuses. And I know that over this past few years of my life, I've had some pretty traumatic things happening in my life. And so I've had books written sitting in my computer for 2-3 years already done. All I have to do is just print it and proof it, or get it edited or whatever. So the excuses piece is so critical to what we're talking about here today. Is don't make the excuses, be the light, and get out there and do what God is calling us to do. I see you backstage, Dr. Connie Green. Can I pull you in for a second? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. All right, I'm gonna pull you in. Okay, how are you today? Unmute yourself. I see someone that's backstage, everyone. And again, I'll put the link here for you in case any of you want to pop in as well. You are mute. Okay, go ahead. Dr. Connie Green. She's popping in for a minute. Tell us who you are.
Hello, my name is Dr. Green, and I'm so excited to be here to the Kim Jacobs show. I've been one of your people that's been following you for a few months, and I'm just so excited to be here today, especially with among these wonderful, great women of God. And just like the young lady just spoke, I think Sister Kelly, about,
Yes. Felice,
yes, about being connected with people that are like-minded. I know my son used to often say, but he's a life coach. He said, if you're the smartest person in the room, then change your circle. And so that's why I'm here, because I'm wanting to know more. I'm hungry to meet other people that I can, feed on and get to the next level in what I love to do, which is helping amazing women survivors overcome life disappointments and childhood trauma. And so I'm excited to be here today. I'm just want to just sit here and listen to you ladies, and just learn from you and just feed on the goodness of the Lord and the things that you have to say to pour into me today. Thank you so much for allowing me to come in.
Absolutely. This is like a dream come true for me, because I get an opportunity. I tell people all the time, hey, pop into the Kim Jacobs show. Call me on inbox messenger and I'll put your voice on if you don't want to be seen, or if you want to show your camera on messenger, I'll pull you in here some kind of way. But to have you, Dr. Connie, go ahead.
Thank you so much for letting me to pop in. I just want to let you know how much I appreciate what you do too. I mean, you've been a blessing to me. It's been so many times where I popped in and you said a rated word for me, and I was able to just make it through the day. So thank you so much for being brave and committed to the cause of pouring into other people's lives to make the life a lot more better for them. And I honor you. And I thank you and I honor you. Thank you so much.
Well, I honor you today, and I'm so honored to have you on. So, and our whole panel, I'm sure, is grateful to have you pop in today. I don't know Dr. Connie Green. I'm meeting her right now for the first time. And so I thank you for this opportunity for you to come and be a part of the virtual studio audience. And I'm going to put you backstage again, but I can see you back there the whole time. And
okay.
Unless you want to just stay on the screen, you can stay on the screen. You can stay on the screen too. Do you have any question? Do you have any question for any of our panelists before I put you backstage?
Not at this time. I'm just taking notes. I'm just excited.
I love it. Anybody on the panel want to say anything to Dr. Green before I have her go back?
I do. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Green, for popping in. But the one thing that I want for you to do, since you are in a place in your life where you really want to embrace being around like-minded people and to really explore your journey, please, right now, if you have not already, go and register for Dr. Karen's upcoming summit, because there are going to be so many powerful speakers there that can be able to, just by hearing parts of their story and their triumph, really lift you up in the process. So if you have not already done that, I think that's one of the first steps that you can do today to be able to reach the next part of your journey. Okay,
thank you so much. Will it be on the screen?
I'm going to put that up right now for you and for everyone watching. Actually, is sisterleadersconference.com. It's a free conference, a free virtual conference. I'll be in my virtual seat as well. You don't want to miss it, because the women that are going to be pouring into you, it's going to change your life that day, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. That day, you're going to start being able to implement some things that you can apply to your life.
Okay.
Now I'm I'm the whole spokesperson, right? How I'm becoming a spokesperson. You're like, Kim, Dr. Pruden, like, I don't even know you, Kim. Like, all right. So hopefully you'll benefit greatly from this, Dr. Connie Green.
Well, I'm excited. Thank you so much. And is that Dr. Karen, did you say?
Yes, Doctor. Let me put her up. I'm putting everybody beside you that's talking to you. There you go.
Okay.
She's the visionary behind this
Okay, thank
project.
you. Nice to meet you, Dr. Karen. I would definitely go and try to register as soon as I get off of here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. I'll put you backstage. Thank you. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, Felice, thank you so much for letting God use you and minister through you. We're going to go to Vera Thomas next. Vera, so glad to have you here with us. Before we take our commercial break, I do need to get some of our studio audience comments in. They're like, I know I didn't pop on, but I want you to acknowledge me over here. Don't trip. So let me go ahead and do this. Product Label Queen says, good morning. Good morning to you. And any of you in the studio, in the virtual panel here, you can address any comments that you'd like to. Dr. Joe says, hello, everyone. Good morning, all the way from Montgomery, Alabama. It's Tawana. Glad to have you. And you may know some of the people that's popping in today. Constance actually said good morning as well. James Robertson said, good morning, ladies. Good morning to you, James. Good morning from T-Town. Only the people in T-Town would know what T-Town. Y'all know, okay? You better represent. I'm from 757. Okay. Dr. Joe said, beautiful, beautiful. Good morning, Christina said to everyone. All right. Let's see. Gail said, yes, Dr. Nikki. Yes, she see you. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Simone says, good morning to you. Nikki, I see you. Thank you. Herbassadors for supporting. What are Herbassadors, Nikki?
They're my tribe of women. It's about 78 of them. And they
strong. Herbassadors are in the house. Way to go, Herbassadors. All right, glad you're on today. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show. Girl, wait a minute, I need to put that back up. Because they know goodness well, if y'all Herbassadors on here, y'all can go ahead and subscribe. That'd be 78 more subscribers to the show, right? All right, we'll get that at some point. But let me keep these comments flowing. It's a whole lot of them on here. I put Dr. Karen Hill's Pruden information because it's right there in the links for all 8 platforms for you to be able to see that as well. Yes, pull up the next woman. Yes, pull all of the next women up. And that's what the advice is from Dr. Karen. And Dr. Karen do want everyone. She wants everyone to win. Everyone. No excuses. Make it happen. That's correct. All right. I try to get some of your comments in before we take this quick commercial break. Let's see. Hey, Felice. Hey, Sissy, is what Tanya said. Yes, be the light. You are amazing, Judy says. Okay, be the light. She shared it. Dr. Jeremiah Zeigler is watching. Who's Boaz is that? Oh, Lord, have mercy. Get a room. Okay, Tanya Anderson said, good morning, good morning, good morning to you, Tiffany. I'm trying to get y'all comments in here. Okay. Dr. Joe, activate your faith. Good morning, Queens. Good morning. You all are looking amazing. It's been shared. Thank you all. Thank you. Okay. So way to go, Nikki. And I hope I got as many comments in as I can. I see you, Dr. Yolanda Jerry. Love all of these queens. Glad to know you. Keep touching lives around the globe. Good morning. Uh-oh, somebody said no sound. You don't have a sound? Is there no sound? Okay, so double check your connection and make sure. James Robertson said, good morning. And Dr. Karen, you're amazing. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Yes, we're going to keep going. We're going to get going right now with the next commercial break. And then we're going to come back with Vera Thomas right after this commercial.
It's not just another day. It's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, everyone. And we are back right here on the Kim Jacobs Show with none other than our own Vera Thomas. Now, Vera Thomas, you've heard her come on already before, but you don't know all of the details about this wonderful powerhouse. So I am going to pull her information up, which I need to get back to the information. And because you know what? I don't have it right here in front of me, but I do know. Wait a minute. Give me a second because I got too many screens open. So I am going to pull you back here, Vera, and let me go. Give me 1 second, everyone, so I can go right to Vera Thomas. There we go. Give me a second. Just want to make sure I pull the right bio up. We have so much good information about you, but I want to make sure that we get a chance to hear all of the details. I know that you are an author, you are a coach, you are a consultant, you are a classroom management advocate, you are a best-selling author, a mediator, a trainer, and a speaker, and looks forward to working with families around the world. This woman helps with people and their children, and to help them be able to become the very best that they can become. She teaches parents how to be able to pull out the best in our children. And she also works with children for them to be able to see the best in themselves. You don't want to miss the opportunity to connect with Vera Thomas, MA, coach, consultant, classroom management advocate, mediator, author, speaker, and trainer. Welcome, Vera Thomas, to the Kim Jacobs Show again. And what an honor and a privilege it is to have you.
What an honor and a privilege it is to be on your show. Thank you so much. And I want to kind of respond to what Felice has said about the light. When my sister, both of my sisters were diagnosed with cancer at the same time, and I was taking care of them, going back and forth between, I'm hearing feedback. Are you hearing it? Going back and forth between Ohio and Kentucky. And when my baby sister went into hospice, I was living in Kentucky with her. And I started driving Uber so that I could be there available to her. And the first thing she said to me when I went to her, she was laying on the couch and she said, I said, Mary, I'm going to be driving Uber so that I can be available for you on a dime. The first thing that came out of her mouth was, Vera, let your light shine. And so when you talk about the light, it is so critical, especially during this time of so much darkness, that each of us have got to let our light shine. My baby sister was my biggest fan. And so I just had to say something about that when Felice said what she said. We all have got to let our light shine. I am so excited about everything that's going on in my life. And you know, Dr. Pruden had talked about delayed but not denied. And so I've had a lot of delays in my life, but things are coming to fruition. I'm so excited because you talked about me wanting to instill greatness in parents and their children. And I do have a program coming up on November 6th, and it is going to be a customized program based on the registration responses that I get so that I can address issues and not have a cookie cutter kind of program. And so I'm really excited about that so that we can really make a difference on the spot. And so
where can people find information about your event that's happening on November 6th?
It is posted on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and it will be posted on LinkedIn as well. And the registration link will be right there in the post. And I want to encourage grandmothers, parents, mothers, fathers, guardians, foster parents, anyone that has children in the home. You do not want to miss this. And I've got it at a very reasonable price. I'm bringing over 40 years of experience in training and pulling together programs and customizing programs. So I'm excited about that.
Excellent.
Yes. And I'm excited about this Trailblazers book because one of the things that I'm going to be doing in that book is paying tribute to my mother. My mother was a trailblazer. She died at the age of 43. But before she died, she was the first African American to have a radio program in our city. She did so much. People would come to our house at all hours of the day and night to confide in my mother. And she never once shared anything that anybody ever said to her. She was just an awesome person. And so I am going to pay tribute to her in this Trailblazers book that we're going to be doing. And I'm just excited to be here.
I I'm so excited to have you here. And what a blessing that you all are all trailblazers coming together to share your story in this book that is called Women Trailblazers Who Lead. Now, these are just some of the authors, but I'm going to take this comment down for a second so we can see the fullness of this actual cover. But this is incredible. It's Women Trailblazers Lead Unsung Heroes. And so these are just a few of the authors. How many total authors are there in this book, in this anthology? Does anybody know? And now I know Dr. Kern Cherry, if I'm not mistaken, is the visionary right behind this. So she put all of you all together to come on as trailblazers, right? Okay. So the visionary Kern Cherry is the person that is spearheading this anthology project. And again, it's going to be coming out soon. Women Trailblazers Lead Unsung Heroes. I know that they're actually working on another cover, if I'm not mistaken, as well, but that's been updated and even more modernized. I already love this cover, but we're going to go with when the new one gets released, we'll be sharing that with you as well as to where you can actually find the information. I'm sure one place that you're going to be able to find some more information is when the Sister Leaders Conference is taking place. So everything, one-stop shop is right there at the sisterleadersconference.com, right? So if you want to know more about the book, you want to know more about some of the authors in the books who are right here, but there are also some of them speaking at this conference, go to sisterleadersconference.com and you'll learn a whole lot of information. All right. And Vera Thomas just gave you ways to stay connected with her, and definitely follow her on Instagram and on Facebook. She also has a podcast, The Vera Thomas Show. So be sure to check out her show. I do want to know if you have a quick poem, if you want to go ahead and drop a 2-minute poem on it. You know that's how you roll. So share it if you want to.
Yes. Okay. And I've shared this over and over again, but I think it's very important.
Yes.
We talk about children. And so I just want to say, children are people too. Show them the good inside of you. Give them praise for tasks they do. See their light as it shines through the light which comes from inside of you. Children need all we desire so much: the love, the hug, the kiss, the tender touch. The attitudes we express to them are the messages they learn to send. From examples like you and me, our children grow to be what they see. Do you show hatred, indifference, or love? Do you yell and scream no matter what in spite of? Have you shared kind words with your child today? Have you truly listened to what they had to say? Or did you just ignore and continue on your way, hoping they get the message and go somewhere and play? Children are an extension of all that we are, and the most valued God-given gift by far. There are so many things they must grow to understand. We must guide and lead them with loving, outstretched hands. Teach and treat children as people too. See their light shine bright through the light which comes from inside of you.
Drop. Okay, I have a whole mic here. Be like, drop the mic. But then I can't drop it for real.
No, you can't. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That is awesome. Children are people too, and we have to show love to our children and understand and hear where they're coming from. That is so beautiful, Vera Thomas. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Listen, right after this commercial break, we're going to go to Dr. Sanja Stinson. I'm going to pull you over here. I'm trying to get everybody in these proper bubbles. Y'all are just doing a magnificent job, though. And I know your tribe waiting for you, Dr.NIKKI. You know, everybody don't have no following of their herbassadors. So they like, look here, you better bring her on because we'll start just beating the doors down. Okay.
That's shady.
All right. Dr. Sanja Stinson is going to be talking with us next. And what I'm doing is just kind of abbreviating some of the bio, but I'm making sure that you get a chance to talk about your bios. Is that fair, everybody? Because I hate to minimize anybody's bio. Y'all have such great stuff here. Dr. Sanja Stinson is an author, a visionary, entrepreneur, and nonprofit CEO. She's passionate to assist individuals in moving their vision from napkin. Oh, no, you didn't say the napkin. Girl, I got so many napkins. And okay, to action. From action to reality, from reality to success, from success to purpose, and from purpose to creating a legacy for future generations. She's the founding CEO of Matthew House, and she'll tell you more about what Matthew House is. And I'd like for you to start off talking about that, as well as the founder and CEO of SRS Enterprises, which is a division of Sanja Stinson Ministries. And she's earned multiple degrees, a bachelor's degree, a master's degree in theology, and Master of Divinity in McCormick Theological Seminary, a doctorate of ministry from Northern Theological Seminary, and a Master of Education from Concordia University. She's a lifelong learner. That's the bottom line, right there. So when we come back, we're going to hear from Dr. Sanja right after this commercial break, and talk to us right from the beginning about some of the projects you have going on. Is that fair? All right, everybody, we will be right back right after we learn more about Hunter Everidge Law Firm.
I'm attorney Charles Everidge. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
All right, everyone, and we are back to hear from Dr. Sanja. Talk to us.
Well, hello, everybody. Hello, Queens. I recognize some of you I don't know. I am Dr. Sanja, Midwest, Chicago. I am a nonprofit founder CEO with Matthew House. I bring 40 years, maybe more, of experience in working with individuals who are homeless. And I established Matthew House 33 years ago. And today we are a #1 in the city of Chicago as a daytime support service center. We have 73 units to 100 units of supportive housing, which we built. And I just love working with individuals and seeing them move from homelessness to success. And my motto for homelessness is, it is not the situation that they're in right now that they choose to be. It is just a permanent situation that they're moving their way to the next lifelong success in their life. That is my motto. We service about 65 people a day. And we are the only daytime support service center in Chicago with a non-gender specific program, which means we serve anyone who walks through the door.
Wow. Okay, so I am interested in knowing, how do you actually go about identifying where the people are located to be able to serve them in the Matthew House? What's your process?
There is no process. Most of our people, 80% of our people, come from word of mouth.
Okay.
They come from word of mouth because they hear about how we've placed someone in housing, or how a mother and 5 children will walk in and the next day they're in their own permanent supportive housing. So it is word of mouth. Of course, we have lots of funding from various sources, but most of our funding comes from our volunteers and from the city. So we work with anyone who comes through the door. We have no barriers to them coming in. They can be a returning citizen. They can still be doing anything. Our goal is to get them from A to Z, to let them know that there is a better way in life that they deserve to live.
Wow. And tell me once again, where are these Matthew houses located?
Matthew House is only one location. We have our main location in Chicago on Indiana, but we have 73 to 100 units of housing throughout the city of Chicago. So we have a lot of, and these are permanent 1-bedroom units where they can stay as long as they need to. They can transition out. Right now, we're working, I'm sorry, I'm here now. Right now, we're working with a huge program where we're working with them to get a 30-year lease in order for them to not ever become homeless again. Our programs is geared to prevent them from ever facing homelessness again. I'm also an ordained minister and have been for probably about 30 years of my life. And I just love everything that I've heard so far. I am currently working on a project, and Nikki, Dr. Nikki, I love you. I see you all the time, for an anthology project that just started about disrupting the status quo, women changing the trajectory of entrepreneurship, because I am a visionary and I believe in pulling women up. And if you follow the data and statistics right now, there is a huge migration of women leaving the corporate world and really beginning to do entrepreneur. And so I'm doing this book as an entrepreneur who want the authorpreneurs to begin to write their story. Remember I said entrepreneurs to begin to make them authorpreneurs to begin to write and tell their stories.
Oh my goodness. Listen, y'all, if you're in the Chicago area, this woman who is a trailblazer is eager to help with anyone that's dealing with homelessness. And let me put it back. Look, homelessness is not, there is no face that you can put on homelessness. None. And no matter what that's why I don't care what a person looks like. I will help them in any way I can. I say, yes, sir. If I'm giving my money, I don't care if it's $1 or $2, $10, $20. Yes, sir. It's my honor to help you. It's my honor to serve you, because we don't know where these people have come from. Many of them could have been in very high up positions and just had a situation that they've fallen upon that was unbeknownst to them. Yes. Then they find themselves there. Mm-hmm. I can speak from personal experience because Kim Jacobs has had some personal experiences that have put me in situations. And the way that I have been treated in these situations, I was like, now I know the devil is a liar. Let me let you know. Maybe you don't know. I actually could be doing your job, okay? It's just that I'm in a situation right now, okay?
And Kim, I'm glad you made that.
Like that.
I'm glad you made that.
Talk to me like that.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting to observe how people get treated when they're going through different situations that make them look a certain way or appear like they're down and out, because they are down and out at that moment. But no one's better than anybody else. Maybe better off, but you're not better.
I'm glad you made that the distinction, because every day, no matter my position here at Matthew House, I walk out on the floor and I say, good morning, everybody. How are you doing? 40% of our staff come from the population that we've served. So if I can help you move from one situation to the other, I can also offer you employment. Their tenure is 15 years. They never went back to homelessness. They never went back to using drugs. I believe in hiring those that we're able to help.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Sanja, for sharing that information. You done preached a word up in here. And I'm telling you, I've already put her information, how you can connect with her right in all of the platforms. But I want to make sure that you all stay connected with Dr. Sanja Stinson. This is her information, Dr. Sanja, which is spelled for the podcast listeners, DRSANJA.com. You can email her if you know anyone in the Chicago and surrounding area at SANJA@DRSANJA.com. Facebook and Instagram is also Dr. Sanja as well. All right. Wow. I knew we were going to get this like crazy. We got so many great people up here. Okay. Dr. Nikki Zeigler, or Zeigler? Okay. I am going to introduce you. Huh? I know, aren't you full? I'm full. I feel like I done been in church. Y'all. I don't know where y'all been. Y'all been on the Kim Jacobs. I've been in a whole church service here. All right. I'm about to. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Dr. Nikki Zeigler is truly born to lead. As a prolific speaker, branding, and master's coach, she has been anointed to bring out the inner leader in others. With her background and expertise in marketing, branding, and public relations, as well as advertising, she's the president of the Herpreneur Network, and that's why she got all her ambassadors in an organization geared towards Christian women in business. She's an executive publisher for the HBCU magazine, online business professional magazine for HBCU attendees and alumni. So she is also the founder of the Life Christian College. online school that allows life, business, and master coaches to get their certification. My goodness. So welcome. Talk to us.
Oh God, you got me in tears.
You got me in
That
tears.
did something to me. I was homeless 3 years ago. I was that. Didn't have nowhere to go. And so that anytime I hear the word homeless, it do something to me, Kim, because you never know a person's situation. You never know where people come from. And for her, kudos to Dr. Sanja Stinson, you know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know people's story. God will use anybody. Only thing he asking you to do, Miss Kim, is to be a vessel. Felice, do you hear me today? He's only asking you to be a vessel. And this time of season, we all need to be vessels. So I'm just here as a servant. I love serving people. I love loving on people. I just want to be used by God. My cousin told me a long time ago, she said, when you say you die of God, I want to die of you, let you lead me. That's when he show up and show out. I'm just sorry. This is who I am. I run for God. I'm a Jesus freak. I'm just all about that because I know how far he had brought me. Me and my kids lived in our car for a while because we didn't have nowhere to go in Atlanta. And God sent me back home, took Prophet Tar Hall to send me back home to tell me that my husband was coming. My husband came. I met him in July. We got engaged in September, got married in January, and my whole story changed before my eyes. I didn't have nothing. In fact, the car that I had was total. We were living in the car. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know where people have came from, and to see where I am now, and for you to read my bio, it's like, Lord, every time, and it's not even bragging, like Kim, it's like humbleness. Every time I hear my bio, I humble myself because I know what God done did for me, and I'm not afraid to tell you who I am because I know. I told God, if you open up my mouth, I'm gonna be used by you. Every time I get on a show or radio, if you don't want me to talk about Jesus, baby, don't bring me on your show because I'm gonna do what God tell me to do. Because at the end of the day, His name must be great again. We got to make His name great again. We too busy trying to shine on us, but it's not about us. It's about God. And so I always reverence Dr. Karen Cherry. She's my coach, and she pushes me, and she helped me be molded. But God told me, in order for you to grow, you got to be teachable. If you know everything, then why do you need God? And so I'm just here to learn, Kim. I'm just here to be teachable, and I'm just here to talk about Jesus. That's all I know. That's all I know.
God. Okay. Y'all got me so down. Wait a minute. Let me put your information up here because I'm supposed to be putting everybody. I'm supposed to be hosting. I'm over here in service, laid back. Wait a minute. I know. Wait a minute. Give me, Cassandra. I know you like, Lord have mercy. Can't find it. Here we go. Let me pull. Oh boy. Okay. Listen, Dr. Nikki Zeigler, the Herpreneur Network. Mm-hmm. You can follow her on Facebook, Instagram as well. What are you going to be talking about in your Trailblazers chapter?
How to survive. How do you survive? And how do you survive? You got to know who He is. You cannot survive by yourself. We have to learn.
You can't survive by yourself. And you even can't survive depending on other people. Because sometimes you thinking you depending on people that got your back, and you out there, your butt up open in the wind. Yes, your whole back flapping up in the wind, and you don't even know it. The devil is a liar.
But the only way you survive is humbleness. Humbleness will always be the way. You got to humble yourself. You got to humble. The more you humble yourself, that's what God will show up and show out every time. And so He's teaching me that. He's teaching me how to be, sometimes quiet. Settle down. Just learn how to really lean on me and not make decisions. I don't want to have a business because she got a business. Because I don't know how she got that business. I don't even know if it's legit. We see so many people growing. Well, I want to do paparazzi because she doing it. I want to do Avon because she doing it. I want to do Mary Kay. Baby, you don't know the shoes we done been through. You don't want to size 10. Baby, you don't want
to testify, Dr. Nikki. Your tribe speaking.
Baby. You don't want it because I had to literally mess my name up for God to renew who I was.
That's the case?
Man, listen. That self-sabotage spirit will mess you up every time. I promise you. You don't want the size 10 shoes, baby. You don't know this story, baby. You couldn't even handle it. And I probably couldn't even handle yours. But you got to show up for yourself. You got to show up.
Okay.
Let me
You're
stop.
not going to take me all the way down to the floor now, Nikki. Don't. I got to get Effie in here. And I gotta keep, okay, wait a minute now. But don't y'all all click off for no reason. Give me about 5 more minutes here on the Kim Jacobs Show. We got another powerful trailblazer that we're gonna hear from, which is Effie. Then we're gonna all close out together. But people have chimed in. Deborah said, disrupting the status quo. Yes, Dr. Stinson, good morning. And people just going off. They just going off. And I mean, it's because the Spirit of the Lord is just, in my opinion, moving all throughout this broadcast today. And anybody that come on the Kim Jacobs Show, no, before I go live on the Kim Jacobs Show, I don't care what anybody believes, and people have varying beliefs. We pray in Jesus' name. I pray in Jesus' name. You can pray in whoever name you want to, because we all can hang our souls on what we believe. And I don't have any judgment or condemnation for you, but I'm going to pray in the name of Jesus. And that's okay, because that's what I believe. Okay. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Testify, testify. All right. Listen, you all have to come back individually to share your full testimony. Anybody want these people to come back and do a full hour, each of them individually? Go book yourself to be on my show. Now, wait a minute. Can I put you in for just doing that for 1 second, young lady backstage? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm catching you. Do you want them to come in? Yes. This is Cassandra backstage. She's saying yes, yes, yes. Book yourselves and be a guest on the Kim Jacobs Show and come share your full story. All of that serial entrepreneur stuff back there. We need to hear your whole testimony, not just a 5-minute version of it. But today we're going to keep it moving and definitely go to Effie Robertson. Effie, so glad to have you here today. And thank you for your patience and being the last, but definitely look at you with your gray hat. You know, you ain't no last, but not least. No way. You everything over there. So we're going to hear from Effie Robertson. Let me go and take you right quick to our episode sponsor that you need to know about with Lamb Funeral Home. I do want you to just familiarize yourself with them. Lamb Funeral Home is out of the Concord, North Carolina area, but they have over 28 years of experience and they are certified in all 50 states. 704-782-3011. Their family is eager to serve yours. And all you have to do is call them at 704-782-3011. The owner is a veteran and he has over 28 years of experience. He knows all the ins and outs of veteran benefits. So make sure you reach out. And even if it's not a veteran person that you're implying or trying to get more details about, you can learn what to expect, immediate needs, and funeral pre-planning by simply calling 704-782-3011. All right, so let me introduce this beautiful Effie Robertson. You are an extraordinary inspirational speaker, I can tell, best-selling author, empowerment advocate, passionate about uplifting and empowering people to live the legacy that they desire by realizing their own potential, purpose, and destiny. Wow, Robertson is dedicated to strengthening communities by touching individuals who have a sense of purpose, greatness, and a dream of personal transformation. You're gifted in the ability to be able to encourage and equip people with life skills to help them on this journey. You're captivating transformation. All of this, I can tell you, have a message of hope and restoration. Talk to us today for a few moments, Effie Robertson.
Hi, Kim. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. And oh my gosh, just to be on this panel with all these wonderful women, they are truly trailblazers. I'm just so thankful to be here. I have recently become a master resilience coach. And that is a coach, again, a person that goes out and just helps those people realize their dream and persevere. And because I look back on my life and I remember I grew up in a city that was the most dangerous city 5 times in People's Magazine, in New York's Times. And so my desire, my biggest hope for myself was to become a prostitute and to be the best prostitute in the world. That's what my hope was for myself, because I didn't see anything beyond that.
Oh, and you will close out the show before we get ready to go off. What in the world? You know how you be like, what the freak? Then you can't do that at the last. Cassandra, you got to come back on the screen. Look at Cassandra. She's like, no. Wait, I got to put her on for 1 second. It's like, no, Cassandra. She can't do that to us, right? No, this is crazy.
I mean, people don't talk about what's real. And I want people to talk about what's real, because you can't get over it. You can't move past it. You can't define who you are or what your purpose in life is if you can't really be true to yourself and what you wanted to do or what you thought, what you're thinking. If you can't be true to yourself, then you can't move past what you're going through. You can't be resilient. And that's the plan, to be resilient, to define your purpose, to move forward, to be great in this world. Your purpose looks different from my purpose. It looks totally different. Your success looks different from my success. And we look at people, and just like Dr. Nikki said, you don't know my story. I spent 2 years homeless. I spent years wanting to be a prostitute. I spent years, 10 years, with a heroin addicted husband. People don't know my story.
Oh, they're gonna know it on the Kim Jacobs show, because you're gonna if you don't, when time you get off, you hear me? Time you get off, stay backstage. We're gonna give you that link. I want y'all to book yourselves for a full 1 hour on the show, right, Cassandra? Are we gonna do this? We'll make sure they know how to get themselves booked right here on the Kim Jacobs show immediately, because I can't wait to hear your story.
The link is there.
I want to know what your story is. So
the link is there, and I think Dr. Nikki just booked herself. So thank you so much. The link is in the private chat, ladies. Please, please find a date, book yourself for your exclusive 1 hour show, because we really want to hear the details of your personal story. And I like what you just said, you know, that people really don't know the truth sometimes. And I think it's, you know,
and we need to stop being ashamed of the truth.
And stop being ashamed of our truth. Absolutely.
It is our truth, and we need to tell our truth to move forward, to move past it, and to be a greater version of ourselves. That's what we need to do. And that is being authentic. That's what we need to do.
Jane said that what God has done in her life is simply amazing and uplifting. Tell your story, Carolyn says. She like, don't play. My sissy, I'm proud of you. JJ, like, I'm going to tell you right now, Kim, I'll come all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina. You don't put this comment up right here. I said, this is my auntie, and I love her. Okay? So I know you don't put all these other, he said, I'm in school watching. I'm in school watching. Yes, that's right. Don't play. JJ supports his auntie. And when she comes back, JJ, she's going to come back for a full hour. Effie, what I want to know, Rick, right quick before we get off, and everybody, we're going to all disconnect. We're going to all disconnect in less than 5 minutes. So give me to 12:15 today. I don't ask for much time, but we had a lot of panelists today. What's some advice, because I know you're going to come back. What's some advice that you could give people that are really struggling with their truth to the point where some of them are committing suicide?
Yeah.
There are some people that need your story now. What advice can you give somebody that's like,
you are worthy? You are worthy. You are worthy of today. You are worthy of the next moment. You are worthy of tomorrow. You are worthy. And you need to believe in yourself. And there is someone out there that you can talk to. But you are worthy. I want people to know that you are worthy.
That's
just
so
know
good.
that.
You are worthy. You hear it right from Effie Robertson right now today on the Kim Jacobs show. She's going to come back and she's going to tell you the raw, candid story of her life. And there's not going to be a mask on or anything. She's going to talk to you. She said her goal was to be what?
A prostitute. The best prostitute. Not just the prostitute, but the best prostitute.
Wow. And what about people? I got to ask my last question for right now anyway. What about people that are so judgmental of those that are being transparent like you are and really trying to have a better new life and a new version of your life, but you can't get back up because people remember you from back when? Now everybody want a trick or situation, you know what I'm saying? Even though that's not even your situation anymore. How do you advise those people?
I think when you know your worthiness, when you know who you are, I think that you align yourself, your goals, your dreams, and everything begin to align. But you have to believe in yourself first. You have to believe in yourself. And we as a people have to start uplifting one another and stop being so judgmental and stop looking at that situation and saying, well, you know, I don't know why or why they did that, or I could never do that. One thing I've learned in life, never say never.
You can never say never. That's a whole chapter in my book. Never
God will
say
throw you
never.
down. God will make you fall to your knees and retract those words. So never say never. Never say never. But believe in yourself. Believe in yourself.
Wow. Y'all heard it right from Effie Robertson. You heard it from everybody on the panel. If there is one closing thought that each person wants to share real briefly as we get ready to close out here in 2 minutes, unmute yourself and go ahead and share it now, because I'm going to put you backstage. I know. Thank you. Okay.
I'm going to say you never know anyone's story. Never judge them. The Bible is clear. Do not judge unless you're ready to be judged.
That's right. I agree. Anybody else?
Be a light. Be a light. We need you as a light. Be a light.
Excellent. Excellent. Anyone else have a closing comment?
I like to say I am my sister keeper, and I am and to the point where I know your story. So if you do not know your sister's story, then you aren't close enough to that sister.
Come on.
That's good. That's good. Anybody else have a closing comment?
Just trust God. We must learn how to really completely trust God. Listen to his voice. He'll send signs and wonders, confirmation. Trust God.
Excellent. Excellent. You have a closing comment?
I just want to say, make sure to be looking out for the Trailblazers too, so that you can hear some of these stories and even more powerful stories from so many beautiful women that have walked so many different walks of life. Please be on the lookout for Trailblazers 2 book.
Excellent. And you close us out, Effie?
Believe in you and know that all things are possible.
All things are possible, everyone. All things. And did you say anything, Vera? Did you say any closing comment?
Yes, I said be a light.
Be a light. Okay, I missed when I was looking at this Sister Leaders Conference. Thank you so much. Be a light. Register for the sisterleadersconference.com. Register today when you get off this broadcast so that you can be in that seat on October 29th. Thank you, Dr. Karen Hills Pruden, for the vision behind Sister Leaders Conference. Thank you, Dr. Karen Cherry, for being the visionary behind Women Trailblazers who are leading. And y'all can all come on the Kim Jacobs Show anytime. All right. Some of you may have heard today this dog barking in the background or making a noise in the background. I will show you right quick that this is who is in the background. Let me see if I go. Yeah, this is who's in the background. Little Hero has joined the Jacobs family. So there, can you see that picture?
Yes.
This is Hero. So our family is quite excited that Hero has arrived here to our home. He's 8 weeks old, and this is Mr. Hero, who is now a part of the Jacobs family. So there you have it, everyone. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode. And I will see you all tomorrow on Freestyle Friday. Freestyle Friday, we're talking about all kinds of stuff. You know that we're talking about overcoming single parent obstacles. We're talking about bringing sunshine to the world and being a ray of light. We have domestic violence expert that's going to be on. You name it, it's happening right here on the Kim Jacobs Show at 11 o'clock a.m. Thank you, ladies. Have a great day, everybody. Thank y'all for staying with me a little extra today, and God bless you. All right, everybody. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show.